What's up, guys? It's your girl Q Nicole, and welcome back to another video. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a special shout out to all the mothers out there, whether you're mom, grandmom, stepmom, godmom. We appreciate you, and your hard efforts do not go unnoticed. If you are new here, please make sure that you stay tuned through the entire video, and thank you for clicking on this video. I hope that you like it here. Feel free to comment down below. I do talk back in the comments, and subscribe if you like the vibes. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for constantly returning. Whether you comment or not, you know, I see you and I appreciate you. All right, you guys already know this is a Mother's Day vlog, and this is probably going to be a difficult conversation for me, but I feel like it has to be had. You know, I can't just continue on without ever addressing, you know, one of the most important women in my life. I don't even know how to start this conversation. I just know it's time, and in honor of Mother's Day, this is probably the best time to have this conversation. So yeah, I hope that this part of the video is not too long so we can hop right into the actual vlog. But I do feel like I do need to address this. I don't have to, but it's only right because, you know, I'm trying to build a community over here, so I do want to be vulnerable with you guys. If you have me on Instagram, you already know the news, and if you don't have me on Instagram, I suggest you follow me. I post a lot of intimate things on there that I may not post on YouTube, and vice versa. There's stuff I post on here that I don't post on there, so it's just best to follow me on both. As you can see, I am wearing my mother on my dress because last month she passed on April 6th to be exact, and I don't want to go into the details on what happened because that's still ongoing. Plus, I don't think it's really relevant on what happened, you know, unless she had died from like cancer or something, then I would say, you know, yeah, she died from cancer. I will say though, she was battling like a mental health battle, but it was definitely deeper than that. And I won't, like I said, I won't go in too much detail, but I do want to honor her memory. And so this portion of the video is just to honor my beautiful mother and to also make this announcement, because there may be times where I, you know, may drop in my videos, oh, I miss my mom, you know, but it's like if I never told you guys what happened to her, you may assume like, oh, maybe she's just far away, you know. So I don't want it to be any confusion. Like I said, I won't go into detail about what happened. I will say I feel good because I was there when she took her last breaths, which was the hardest thing I've ever experienced in life. Like, I saw my grandma semi take her last breaths, but I wasn't like, I don't think I looked too intently because there were other people surrounding at the same time. I think my aunts and them were in there, and my mom, I don't know if my mom was in there at the time. She might have been, but yeah, that was hard too. I cried seeing my grandma take her last breaths, but it's something about seeing your mom take her last breaths. And I'm much older now, so it's like I'm more in tune with what's happening and going on, and it was hard. It was really hard. That was probably the hardest thing that I ever had to go through, was watching my mom take her last breaths. And I'm just happy that we were able to play some of her favorite music. Leading up until that time, we were playing her favorite music. We were praying with her and reading her scriptures. I mean, we really did it right. Like I think me and my siblings did a really great job of being with her during her time of transitioning, and I'm sure she heard our voices. You know, we went down memory lane and just telling her some of our favorite memories with her. We comforted her during that time and just let her know that she's not alone and we're here and we're proud of her, and we don't blame you for any mistakes that you may have made as a mom. And that, you know, you're not a failure. So those are the things that we spoke into her during her last breaths, and really her last like 24 hours, honestly, because it was a process before they finally took her off the ventilator and everything. But that's just that. So I want to be completely vulnerable with you guys throughout the rest of my journey here on YouTube. I will say the process was very, very stressful. I was in charge of planning her entire funeral, and that took me away from YouTube for a little bit because I had to focus on that, you know. And everything turned out beautifully. I had a lot of keepsakes that I gave out to people, this being one of them. This is one keepsake, and then I had a few others as well. I will say, y'all, planning a funeral is a lot of work. Like, you don't even have time to grieve because you have to make sure this is in order, that is in order, and that people are aware of this and that. It's a lot of work. So I was dealing with that. I will say my mom was honestly my biggest supporter here on YouTube. She watched every video. If nobody else commented on my videos, she commented. And the times where I don't see a comment, she more than likely was in the hospital at the time, because she was in and out of the hospital. She was only 53 years old, so she wasn't really old. She wasn't young either, but she wasn't old. And I'm not gonna lie, that's something about that sometimes don't sit right with me, because I'm like, 53 isn't even all that old, you know. But God has his plans, and I'm just learning to trust in that plan that he has and not question too much, you know, because some things are just not meant for you to understand. I do want to read you guys the speech that I wrote for my mom for her funeral. And I went up there, y'all, and I was shaking. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I would have handled it a little bit better because I was doing so good. And then I went up there and I was just shaking. I was shaking uncontrollably, crying uncontrollably, but I pushed out every word. It's just, you know, I was just crying, whole body just shaking as I was reading it. But I'm just happy I did write it down, because me going up there trying to do anything off memory would not have happened. I wouldn't have been able to even think. So I'm happier that I did write the speech. Y'all, I wrote this, let me tell you, I wrote this speech the night before her funeral, because I was still dealing with finalizing the program, and it was a lot that I was dealing with still the night before her funeral. The programs came out effective, like it had a mark on like her nose on every single program. So I had to resubmit another picture for them to reprint the programs. Thankfully, they were very accommodating. They're like, okay, we'll have it ready for you like within 30-45 minutes in the morning. So that was great. It was a morning funeral, so I was like, oh my gosh, we have to have these programs to give out to people, because programs, if you don't know, they're keepsakes as well. Like that's also something people want to keep, and I don't want to give them a defective program. So anyway, I was just up to about what, 3 a.m. or so, or maybe 4 a.m. Working on this speech, and I love it. I could sit here and just talk about, like, you know, what my mother meant to me and the type of person she was, but I think this speech did a great job of doing that and honoring her. So I do want to just read it for you guys. It is a bit lengthy, but yeah, let's dive in. Mom, because that's what I called her. I called her Mom. Mom, there's really no amount of words that can be used to express how much you mean to me and how much I will miss you dearly. Therefore, I'll try not to make this too long, but I do want to highlight a few of your characteristics and some of my favorite memories with you. To start, you were strict as a parent growing up. Well, with me and Marquise, that's my brother, you let Nina, my little sister, get away with a whole lot since she was the baby. I never understood why I couldn't stay the night over any of my friends' houses unless you knew their parents very well, which was rare, or even just hang with them after school. And I didn't get why I couldn't stay out late as a teenager either. I would see how lenient some of my friends' parents were and would wish you were more like them. Now that I am an adult, I see that you potentially saved me and my siblings from so many situations and trauma we could have experienced. And I thank you for loving us enough to protect us and set those necessary boundaries. Now, while I did think you were a strict parent, you were also a big kid at heart. For most of my life, I've known you to be extremely goofy, always trying to make others laugh, and in a way constantly trying to appeal to the little girl that lived inside of you. I feel like laughter was in many ways used as a coping mechanism and a way for you to escape your bleak reality. Man, would I love to hear your goofy laugh right about now. You and I had so many things in common. We both loved the color purple. We both loved Reese's. We both enjoyed cooking and experimenting in the kitchen. Although these days I'm mainly cooking to survive, honestly. And we both love fashion. I'm truly going to miss us sending each other countless options of clothing, shoes, and accessories from Shein or Amazon in order to help you find the best options. I'm going to miss the fond childhood memories of picnics at the park, the at-home talent shows we would have, and renting a room across the bridge so we can enjoy the beach and just be in a different environment. Kind of like a vacation at home. Thank you for introducing my siblings and I to shows like Good Times, What's Happening, Three's Company, Living Single, Facts of Life, Martin, and all of the Tyler Perry plays. Man, we had every play on repeat. And also Dreamgirls. I realize now that a big part of maybe why you love Dreamgirls so much is because you two were constantly dreaming of a better life. And even though I despise doing your hair because you had a very large head and a lot of hair and was very picky with how you wanted it to look, I'm gonna miss those memories of that period of time when I was basically your braid stylist for a while. I want you to know that you are more than the person and the life you had to live on earth. There was so much greatness in you, and I just hope you saw it in yourself. Most of all, you were strong and persevered through all of life's many challenges. I mean, when the devil attacked you, he really attacked from all angles. I'm gonna miss hearing you call me mama and Punky Stunky when you were trying to be funny. She know I hated that nickname, Punky Stunky. She would only say it to be funny. And also hearing you say Mimi to Cameron so he knows who you are. We got the closest we'd ever been after I had Cam. We talked basically every day, via video mostly, but sometimes calls or messages. The sparkle in your eye as you watched Cam grow and reach new milestones was a joy to witness. I'm just glad I was able to allow you to experience every moment with me. We didn't grow up saying I love you a lot, but your last recent years on earth, you made an effort to change that, and you did. We made a habit of saying I love you much more frequently. It's as if you knew your time was eventually going to come to an end. Our last words to each other were, I love you. And I'm so grateful we got a chance to say it to each other one last time on earth. And even though your assignment on earth has ended, I hope to reunite with you again. You didn't like for me to say the word bye, so I guess I'll see you later till then. Please continue to guide us and be with us all. I love you, Mommy. So that was the speech that I had to get up there and read. And oh baby, it did not go that smoothly. Let's just say I was a mess. But yeah, so I really wrote that speech just as like a letter to my mom. So I wasn't really speaking to the audience. It was me like speaking to her, and I felt that was the best approach. I'm sure she received it. I'm just so grateful that my mom is at peace now, because she definitely did not have an easy life. I feel like it's different when the person that passed, whether it be your mom or whoever, had a fulfilling life and they actually was here on earth, like, you know, enjoying themselves and just enjoying the pleasures of life. But that wasn't my mom's case, unfortunately. And so I feel God knew, you know, and he knows what he's doing. So because of that, I think I seek solace in knowing that she's much, much better off where she is than she was when she was here on earth. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, only because you know, this is gonna be a long, difficult journey, but I do want to keep you guys in a loop, and I do want you guys on this journey with me, this journey of healing. And yeah, that's pretty much that, y'all. I don't really want to go into too much detail. I just know I felt like it's something that I should share with you guys, because it was a huge turning point in my life, major event that happened, and I don't know how my life is going to look after that. I just know I promised her as she took her last breaths that I was going to continue YouTube for her, because she was my greatest supporter, like I said. and I'm not gonna stop. So every video I do will be in honor of her. And I love you, mommy, and continue to guide me and watch over me. Let's get right into the video. What's up, guys? Happy Mother's Day. I am heading to church, so I'm gonna make this short. I'm late for church. It started at 10. It's already after 10. I'm probably not getting there till about 10:20-ish. I don't know. So yeah, but this is a Mother's Day vlog. I absolutely have nothing planned for Mother's Day but to go to church. And I think I'm gonna swing by Chris' parents' house and I guess spend a little bit of time with his family and his mom. So that's pretty much all I have planned. And I don't even know what we're doing over there. I think they're cooking breakfast, but I'm obviously going to get there late. So breakfast probably going to be done by then, but we'll see. But yeah, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. And if you're not a mother, I hope that you spoil your mother on today and spend some quality time with her. Anywho, I'm about to hop off this and drive to church, and I will catch y'all when we get.
There's a friend in Jesus who will wipe your tears away. And if your heart is broken, just lift those hands. Just lift your hands. Come on, sing it with me. I know that I deserve. No matter what comes my way. No matter what they come my way. My life is in your hands.
Okay, guys, so we made it to church. Let me try to show y'all what I'm wearing. Yes, I'm wearing sandals because yeah, it's one of those, I'm not trying to struggle walking in heels, and I'm here by myself. My baby is at his grandma's. So he's at Chris' mom's house, so he stayed the night over there. So I had a really nice night alone. I'm able to come to church alone and enjoy the word without having to keep pausing to keep Cam entertained and make sure he's not making a fuss. So there's that. But my parking wasn't too bad. I didn't have to park too far in the back, you know, and I'm wearing comfortable shoes, so it don't matter even if I did. But yeah, I think I'm cute. I killed my makeup today, you know. I just think I'm just getting better and better, and honestly, y'all, I just be doing the bare minimum. I don't do too much. Like, yes, I do blush and all that, but it don't ever be enough to where it's like, oh, she got too much on. Like, I always do just enough. Very subtle. Lord, they called making all types of noises. But yeah, so I'm gonna hop off this. Again, I hope you ladies have a fantastic day on Mother's Day, whether you're a mom or you're not. And I will catch y'all when we get in church.
Mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine. Now listen, daughter. Pay attention, pray and listen, hear your father.
What is a mother? A mother, by definition, is a woman who begats a child. But it becomes so much more than that. See, a mother's role just can't be compiled into one thing because it's oh so much more.
It's a woman who pours, even when she doesn't have anymore.
A woman who is one of the greatest mentors. See, a mother is a woman who is filled with strength. A woman whose love reaches new lanes.
A woman, even with her trials, always finds a way to make me smile.
A woman who's nurturing. A woman who's encouraging. A woman who's strong.
And a woman who corrects me when I'm wrong. And most of all,
women we are proud to call on.
Okay, y'all, so we are out of church. As y'all saw, they gave out roses. I thought this was super sweet. My church back home used to do the same thing, but I didn't know if this church was gonna do it. It's a pretty big church, so I figured they were. My hair flying all over the place with this AC. But yeah, so I actually got to stop by the store. Church was really, really good. I will review the notes and everything later. You know, it made me tear up and everything. So somebody is trying to find their cart and they keep freaking putting the horn on. But church made me tear up. They had a whole service and everything, which this church always does that for holidays. They have, like, you know, the kids do stuff and it'd be a whole little thing. So it was really, really nice. I love that they shouted out like literally every category of a woman or a public figure possible. I love that they constantly embrace the women who may have lost their mom, such as myself, whether it was recently or years ago. And you know, they kind of comfort us during that time, because baby, it's a struggle to push yourself to come to church, especially for me, because it was such, you know, like I just lost my mom last month, so it's like I didn't know if I was gonna really honestly be able to make it, but I was just like, here, push through. Like, something was telling me push through, and I'm just so happy I did. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed church. Like, I did. Let me take my glasses off. There we go. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed church. And yeah, now I'm about to go. I have to stop by the store, honestly, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I have to stop by the store and grab a couple Mother's Day cards, actually, and maybe some flowers. I don't know, I gotta see. But yeah, I have to stop there. Okay, y'all, we're at Publix. Okay guys, so we got some roses, and I also got a couple Mother's Day cards. But yeah, I'm hungry though, so I need to find me something to eat. I know y'all probably can barely hear me because I'm freaking AC just so blowing. But I just stopped at McDonald's because it's literally right across from the Publix and St. Plaza. So I'm gonna eat this. I'm probably gonna eat and drive. I know it's supposed to, but that's not a job. I should do a better job of like putting more of like a blended shade of makeup on my lace, but that's okay. It's mind your business. That's okay. I'm still cute. I was rushing on my makeup. I was rushing. It's after lunch. I'm not eating all day. This tastes mighty good to me. Mighty good. Alright, let me go, y'all. Okay, y'all, so I'm leaving Cam's grandparents' house. I'm heading back home. Honestly, y'all, we didn't do a thing. An absolute thing. I just gave her those flowers that I got from Publix. Chris had already got her flowers, didn't know that, so I just, because he didn't say he was going to, so he made it seem like he was just heading straight there. So that's why I went to Publix and just picked up some flowers and like a little Mother's Day card for her, because he made it seem like he was just in such a hurry and wasn't gonna stop, but he did stop, so it's cool. So she got some flowers from me and from him, and then she made me a mimosa, and that was pretty much it. Like, we literally didn't do absolutely anything there. So I'm about to go home, honestly clean up, because the house is a mess, and then I'm going to attempt to film like a sit down portion of this video, which y'all probably would have gotten in the beginning of the video, because I want the sit down portion to be in the beginning of the video, you know, in honor of my mother, and you know, just bringing the newcomers and the people who've been following me up to speed on, you know, the passing of my mother. And I do want y'all a part of this healing journey, this journey of grief. So far I've been handling it very, very well, as I probably said in the sit down, but there obviously are going to be days, and I don't know what the next month, 6 months, or next year or two is going to look like for me. So I just don't want to be like slipping in stuff in my videos and y'all like are confused, like, wait, you know, I'm very private, as y'all probably can tell. I never tell too much. Like, y'all probably still don't know a lot about me, and I'm very strategic on what I share, only because that's just the type of person I am, and it's like, you either get with it or you don't. I'm never gonna overshare more than I'm comfortable with doing. So that's just the type of person I am. Eventually maybe I'll learn to open up a little bit more, but yeah, so there's that. So I'm heading home right now. The people are on the side of the road selling, oh, y'all missed it. Oh, here y'all go. I'm about to show y'all. They're on the side of the road selling, I don't know if y'all can see, the people on the side of the road selling Mother's Day baskets. I think that is so freaking sweet. Like, Mother's Day baskets roses. That's so cute. So they do this all the time though. They do it for like Easter too. They sell Easter baskets on the side of the road. So that's one thing I like about down here. It's really nice. Like they baby, they gonna hustle, okay? And if you don't feel like standing in line at the store to get stuff, literally you can just pick up something on the side of the road. Like somebody's selling something. You can get something last minute. But that's pretty much that. I had the McDonald's, but y'all, that McDonald's didn't do nothing, yo. It didn't do nothing. I'm like, bro, I don't have y'all on my mount on my and they selling roses on the side of the road. They do that all the time though. Y'all see? Yeah, they're always selling roses though, like even when it's not a holiday. But I don't have y'all mounted. I had to drop my glasses. But I don't have y'all mounted in my phone mount because honestly, y'all just gonna be hearing a lot of AC and wind. So I'm playing a dangerous game, holding my phone and driving. Thankfully I know where I'm going, so yeah. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I will come back if I do anything else. Otherwise, this is gonna be a very, very, very short vlog. I do want to come back though and do the notes of church, the church notes. So I might do my church notes before I get out the car and go in the house. I might just go ahead and give y'all a rundown of the church notes and what he talked about. It was very simple, to the point, like very to the point. It ain't gonna take me long to talk about church notes. They basically just did like a Mother's Day special, and you know, like the qualities of a mother, and they used a woman in the Bible, Priscilla, which was she was a woman that heavily influenced Apostle Paul in his journey. If you don't know much, it's okay, because I didn't know myself. I'm like, I gotta go back and figure out what exactly was Paul's journey, Apostle Paul, because I don't even know myself, y'all. So I'm not even gonna step here in front and try to tell y'all his whole backstory. You probably have heard of him though. You know, he's a prominent figure in the Bible, Apostle Paul. So, oh, that's so nice. Somebody just bought some flowers. See, one thing about it, they finna hustle, honey, because some people don't want to go into the store. It's so last minute, and it's like, yeah, I ran into the store because I was just right there and I had no choice. You know, on my route to Chris' parents' house, they didn't have nobody selling nothing, so I was like, let me just go in the store. But yeah, so like I was saying, I will give y'all the rundown on church. It was pretty simple and to the point, so yeah. So the first point that he made, basically he said Priscilla, the woman in the Bible who helped with Apostle Paul's journey and like mentoring him or whatever she did, he said. I'm gonna have to read up on that for myself, because one thing you don't ever want to do is you don't ever want to just trust whatever the pastor's saying without at least knowing the background for yourself. Like, if your pastor or the pastor of the church that you're at, if you go in and they're preaching on a message or a story that you've never heard of, it's always good to go back and read it for yourself so you can get an understanding for yourself. You never ever want to just take what somebody say and run with it. Like, because if somebody want to challenge you on the word, but you don't yet know the word yourself, like you don't know it for yourself, you're gonna be looking stupid because that person do. And if they want to challenge, believe it or not, it be the people, the non-believers, and the people who like may not believe in God, or like they know he exists, but maybe they like turn their backs on him or whatever, and it's like, listen, I'm done with God and da da da. Like, believe it or not, a lot of those people, they know the Bible. So like when they come to challenge you, they already know their scriptures. So like you just have to know for yourself too, because baby, what you gonna say when they be like, oh, what about this part of the Bible? And you like, huh? So I'm gonna have to go for myself and read that story and read up on Priscilla and her role in Apostle Paul. But anyway, anyhow, not saying you got to be out here challenging people or anything, but you may come across, there may be a time where you come across somebody that want to challenge, you know, something that you want to quote from the Bible, and they may know more in depth, like maybe scriptures before that verse or scriptures after that verse, and be like, okay, so how does this tie into this? And you need to be able to, like, you feel me, like, yeah, actually conversate on what the words say, and not be like, oh, well, that's the only verse I knew. You know. So anywho, he talked about Priscilla possessing 3 qualities that a lot of us women have. I'm not saying every single quality is something every woman has, but especially the first 2. So the first one is she had a strong spirit of discernment, and basically, you know what discernment is. So like, you you have a sense. It's like basically like just having a sense of something maybe about to happen, or a sense of, okay, this person not right for me, or a sense of, oh no, I feel like I shouldn't go this way, I shouldn't go that way, or I shouldn't go this route. And that's something that a lot of us women possess. And he was saying how when it comes to us and our significant others, and like us, or just us versus men in general, it's like women, like we just naturally have it, versus men sometimes will just blindly go into a situation. And like if they do have a woman, like women be like, oh no, like, oh no babe, or oh no baby, I don't think we should do this, I don't think you should do that. And they may not understand why their woman is saying not to do this or not to do that. Meanwhile, she knows, because it's that discerning spirit placed inside of her. The next point he made was that she was a multitasker and was able to basically take on many titles. She was a wife, she was able to also serve God, her family, and she had a business that she was able to cater to and dedicate her time to. So just being able to juggle multiple tasks and multiple titles. And that's most of us women, you know. We're a mom, we may be a wife, we may be a girlfriend, we may be you know, a daughter, or we have our jobs, whatever that may entail. And you know, also trying to make time for God and whatever else you have going on. And you know, that's just something that, you know, he said is placed in most of us women, and it's very true. And he was basically just saying, like, God created us to be able to handle all of that. So sometimes we may feel frustrated, we may feel like we can't, like we've taken on too much, or we're asked of too much. And it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to ask for help. But, you know, just know that you were designed to be able to do this, and generations of women have been able to do it, you know, and you can too. So that's just that. Okay guys, that concludes this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that post notifications bell on so that you are notified every single time I post. And I will catch y'all in my next video.